Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Mike DOLCE show. Today, we're talking about you again, right in front of you. But really, today, we're going to talk about your parents. You know, mom and dad taking all the credit, getting all the blame for your current physique, right? This conversation is about genetics. Are you destined to grow up and look like your mom, to look like your dad? What do you think about that? How many people say, hey, man, this is genetics? What's up, Ari? Good to see you. Welcome. And everyone, feel free to leave comments in the live chat. By the way, this is a impromptu conversation here with you guys. Unfortunately, I don't like to script a lot of the conversations that we have. I really do like to jump in. What's up, EC? I like to jump in as I'm motivated to have a chat. So make sure you click that subscribe button. You put on that little bell for notifications, because as I get motivated or interested or a topic pops up that is worthy of us to talk about, I just go live. And I know that's probably not best practices with regards to growing the channel, but I think it is best practices with regards to providing you compelling content. Paul, good to see you, my man. John Trigg, what's up? What's up, Kays? Good to see you guys. Glad to see everybody here. Welcome to the channel. Bam, EC, Paul, John, Kays, welcome. Guys and gals, feel free to leave comments and questions in the live chat, by the way. But I wanted to bring something to your attention, whether you're aware of it or not. I'm sure you probably are peripherally aware of that. Genetics. What role does genetics play with regard to your ability to get in better shape? Yo, Ivan, what's up, man? A lot of people, they blame their parents. They blame their parents because of the way they look today. They blame their parents because of the challenges that they have. A lot of people will be like, well, we're big boned. My family's big boned. And I'll tell you what, and I'm not going to host all the studies, but there's a ton of studies that show this. You are not destined to live the life of your parents. There are genetic similarities. You have genetic traits. My own family is riddled with diabetes and blood sugar issues on my mom's side. My father's side is riddled with cardiovascular disease. Well, that's them. And by and large, we understand that we are all predispositioned to have certain genetic cofactors that are more easily turned on. Body fat accumulation would be one of these, by the way. But we also know definitively, without a shadow of the doubt, that these same cofactors are actually directly influenced by our lifestyle. So the answer to you sitting here right now, and again, leave comments. I'm going to answer your comments. Wally from Oahu, how's it? Good to see you, brother. Paul, I'm going to answer your question, and feel free, everyone else, to throw your questions in here. So the answer is no. Obesity runs in my family. I will be clear about that. And I'm not throwing my family under the bus, and not every single person, just like it probably runs in yours. You guys listening and watching right now. This conversation here is a very straightforward conversation that no, you are not going to suffer the fate of your parents. You are not destined to grow up to look like your parents unless you live the life of your parents. You make the decision of your parents. Now, people will often point to overweight children, and they'll point to the overweight parents, and they'll say, look, genetics. But that's not genetics. Obese children are not obese because they simply inherited the genetics of their parents. Obese children are obese because their obese parents are feeding them food that makes them obese. It is the lifestyle factors that have the greatest effect on our health and fitness outcomes. Now, picture this. Picture a morbidly obese family that has morbidly obese children living the life of morbidly obese people. Picture their kitchen, picture their refrigerator, picture their meal options, picture their lifestyle, their levels of activity or lack thereof. Now, picture those children were child swapped. We've seen wife swap on TV. Child swapped. Those children were then invited to hang out with me, with my family, in my home for 1 year. Will those children look more like their parents, or will they look more like me and Brandy with no genetic relation? That makes sense, right? Does that make sense? Now picture you, wherever you are right now. This is a great one. Or picture many of the fighters I've worked with in the past and I've famously moved in with. Picture the way that they look after me living with them for a few weeks or even months. The conversation, the excuse of your genetics is just that. It is just an excuse that facilitates laziness and apathy. So me here right now speaking with you, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the voice of reason in your mind telling you to snap out of it. Stop making excuses for yourself and start taking accountability for your life. There is no reason for you to live the life of regret unless you simply do not make decisions in your best interest. Now, I'm going to answer questions here. I'm going to jump in, but this conversation is so simple. It's so obvious, and it's so easy to have. And there's no reason to drill down into the multitudes of scientific study, which you can simply go to Google Scholar right now and do your own due diligence and validate the points that I just made. It is not a matter of genetics that dictates your health and fitness. It is a matter of your lifestyle that dictates your health and fitness. That's it. It's your lifestyle, and your lifestyle is simply a summary of the decisions you make each and every day. Your decision to eat well, your decision to exercise regularly, your decision to manage stress, your decision to get good sleep. That's what this is about. This is an easy conversation for us to have right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let me answer some questions here. Wally. So Wally says, what can I expect from my first one-on-one consultation with a DOLCE Diet certified registered dietitian? Well, Wally, this is easy. So you've gone to DOLCEDietShop.com, I'm assuming. You've signed up for our one-on-one consultations. You've chosen to work with one of our registered dietitians as opposed to working with me, which is phenomenal, by the way. Many people, dozens of people every day set up one-on-one consultations with our team of licensed registered dietitians, and they go through the entire intake process of teaching our dietitians more about your background, your lifestyle, your tendencies, and your goals. And then our dietitians help walk you through the answers of the questions that you've proposed. Now, this is a 30-minute intensive consultation with a registered dietitian trained by the DOLCE Diet with great expertise in body augmentation and elite performance, but also still well-versed in medical nutrition therapy. regardless of your background, regardless of your goals, our team of registered dietitians are uniquely experienced in helping you. So I hope that helps you. Whatever you can imagine, ladies and gentlemen, the questions that we get, the amazing humans who come through our system are incredible. And our team of dietitians are amazing. I will also share this with you. We have a certification conference that is coming up. It is an overflow event because we had such an amazing, let me post this right now for you guys, response. And let me get this, I'll add this right now. All right, I saved it so you can click the link below. I'll actually post this right here for you guys. If you are interested in this, click the link below. Our next Dolce Diet Certification and Fitness Conference will be held March 19th, 20th, and 21st. This is a 3-day event hosted by myself, our lead dietitian, Professor Lindsay Howard, MSRD, LRD, CS, DDC. Lindsay is a college professor, also our lead dietitian, and she teaches the nutrition and dietetics portion. I teach the business to business brand building and financial strategies of becoming a cash flow positive coach. This is an amazing 3-day event for anyone who is interested. Click the link below this video to learn more about that. Now, to answer more, Daniel says, my dad and grandpa on both sides of the family have all had heart attacks by the early 40s. That's my motivation to take care of myself and break the vicious cycle. Daniel, I assume you are working with a primary care physician and also enhanced testing with a cardiologist. Clearly, there is some sort of genetic cofactor contributing to the family history of heart disease, to which we all have, but proper diagnostic testing, lifestyle remediation, and possible pharmacological intervention can dramatically assist you in this. And I say this because you are not subject to repeat the lives of your dad and granddad. You are empowered with information and have the ability to make lifestyle related choices to dramatically change the trajectory of your life. Again, many people will say, well, it happened to my dad, it happened to my granddad, womp, 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 gonna happen to me. I might as well do what daddy did, eat what daddy did, think like daddy did. Instead, you become proactive with your health and fitness protocols under the supervision of a qualified medical doctor in conjunction with a specialist. It sounds like a cardiologist would be ideal in your situation, where you will dramatically change and improve your life. So Daniel, good for you, my friend. Amen. Continue on. Please stay in touch with me. I want to hear more about this. Seth, what's up, man? Good to see you. EC, Uncle Mike, no question for me. Just wanted to tell you that your approach makes absolutely perfect sense. I'm currently saving up for 3 weeks to Shredded. EC, thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. I am here to provide the most honest, actionable, evidence-based information to help each and every one of you. That is the goal here. That is the goal of this channel. And every single day I will come on here and I will help you do that. So I appreciate that, EC. Right on. Brian, what's up? I was listening to an interview with Alan Aragon, and he was talking about the difference of meal frequency from 2 meals to 5 to 6 meals is a difference of 1%. Now, what specifically was the context of Alan's statement? Because I can make it an assertion, and I like Alan, and Alan has a lot of great work out there, and I'm not saying I agree or disagree with what Alan said, and I don't want to take his work out of context, and I don't have the context for this statement. Now, likely this statement is one sentence or part of a sentence in a much longer contextual statement or a body of work. Therefore, I'm not taking this out of context. I want it to be clear that this statement that Alan had made is simply a jumping off point for us to look differently at meal timing and at nutrition. If Alan says that there's only a 1% difference between eating 2 meals a day to 5 to 6 meals per day, I would say, in what context is that? Because Dr. Brad Schoenfeld and Dr. Eric Helms had shown that eating 4 meals per day was ideal to enhance muscle protein synthesis. So someone as intelligent and as reputable as Alan Aragon is making one statement that 2 meals has really no difference between 5 to 6 meals, but at the same time, we have Brad Schoenfeld and Dr. Eric Helms who say that 4 meals is ideal for muscle protein synthesis. So the question now I kick back to you, the great listeners and viewers on this channel, and welcome everyone for being here. The question is now, what is right for you? And what is your goal? I would say that 2 meals per day is clearly not enough. Me, I consume almost 3,200 calories per day, the rough and rugged individual that I am. It is very hard for a man of my size and my activity level to consume 3,200 calories simply spread over 2 feeding sessions, right? That means I would have to consume 1,600 calories of raw bulk matter in one single sitting, and I could only do that over the course of 2 meals? That's too much bulk matter for someone of my size, my appetite, and my nutritional needs to consume. Therefore, I would push back against what Alan is saying theoretically in this statement. But again, I don't have the context of what Alan's point was, and I do lean more towards what Dr. Schoenfeld and Dr. Helms had said, that 4 meals seems to be more ideal for the enhancement of muscle protein synthesis with regard to protein intake, in which we build an adequate supply of amino acids in the blood pool. We want those amino acids readily available in the bloodstream in order to facilitate muscle protein synthesis, considering we are likely healthy athletic individuals who are training frequently enough to stimulate muscle protein synthesis, because that's the concept of this here. If we're talking about fat loss, if we're talking about body fat loss, we must also be talking about the replication of lean, healthy, functional muscle tissue. And in order to do that, we must have ample nutrients available. If we're only eating 2 meals per day, this becomes more challenging. And again, someone like, I'll use myself, first person example, someone like myself will have a hard time consuming 1,600 calories in one single feeding. That is a lot of food. That's more food than some people eat in an entire day. I'm not saying Alan's wrong for sure, but I'm saying this point is often taken out of context. And in science, in fitness, in the diet space, please, everyone, please listen to me here. The majority of information you hear in the diet and fitness space is conflated. It is taken out of context because the presenter is trying to push a narrative on you. I'm dedicated here through this channel to provide you the most honest, the most actionable, the most evidence-based information. That is my goal. That is my role. That is what I do here. So this channel won't be as flashy, right? You're not going to see all the rough cuts and all the things that make YouTube channels crazy. You're not going to see natty or not, and you're not going to see all the drama stuff on this channel. You are just going to see a world-class coach of world-class athletes who runs one of the most successful and reputable businesses in health and fitness, telling you the truth. And this is a rarity in fitness. I understand it, and I get people pissed off. My peers get mad. My competitors get mad. Supplement companies get mad because I tell you the truth and I don't pander, and I'm not for sale. It doesn't matter what they say. I don't care. And I'm not accepting any of the money or the sponsorship or the invitations to the parties. I'm just telling you the truth. All I want is for you to understand the information as it's presented to you so you can best make decisions for yourself. And that's what this is about. Personal fitness is personal. This is about you. My job as a coach is an educator. Of course, I've experience of working at the world-class level for a long period of time. And all the new viewers, welcome. It's nice to see everybody here. Consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't. And click that little notification bell because I go live almost every single day. And we have amazing content that is rare for fitness. And I tell you the truth each and every time I come on. So I appreciate you guys being here, being a part of it. And click the links below this video if you're interested in more of the products, the services, the knowledge that we offer. Now, I'm answering questions here, so feel free to leave questions inside the comment section. Zan Terry says, my body type is endomorph, and I'm struggling with losing body fat even though I'm active and eating pretty well. What's your take on how endomorphs should approach losing weight? More cardio, hit, etc. Well, number one, let's get that mesotype out of your mind. Let's completely forget about that for a moment, because me personally, I've been an ectomorph. I've been an endomorph. I've been a mesomorph. We are not subject to our family history, right? Do not define yourself. What you're saying is you're not an endomorph. All you're saying is you're overweight, right? You're just saying you're overweight. You got a little chub around your flub, right? And that's okay. You've been eating crappy. You haven't been eating well. You're not training intelligently. You're probably getting crappy sleep and you're stressed out all the time. So you're a little heavy. You got a high BMI. You're fat. I'll call it like it is. I'll say it. You're a fat guy. That's okay. I used to be a fat guy too. I used to be 30+% body fat. But you're saying you're an endomorph struggling, losing body fat. You say you're active, but what's active? Are you waking up every morning hitting 30 minutes of low intensity, steady state cardiovascular activity while fasted to take advantage of the repressed insulin output, which enhances alpha beta cell activity, which increases lipolysis, which is the release of body fat for energy? Are you doing that every day? Are you training at higher intensities, high intensity resistance training, a minimum of 3 times per week? Full body multi-joint compound movements, training approximately 80% of 1RM for sets of 6 repetitions or more. 6 to 12 would be ideal to enhance muscle protein synthesis. Are you eating a diet of healthful whole foods that are nutrient dense and devoid of synthetic toxic chemicals? Are you doing that, Zantari? Because if you're not doing that, my friend, you're probably not getting the maximum benefit. I will suggest you click the link below, start now. We have a 4-week and 12-week personalized diet and exercise platform at thedolcediet.com. I'll give you a 25% discount right now with the Transform promo code. This is the same program used by the world's greatest athletes, exactly the same program that they use. And this is just a small little sampling of the amazing athletes, Hollywood celebrities who use the exact same program. So whatever I can do, I'm here every day answering your questions live, just as I am. And Zantori, I'd love to help you. Let's get this going. What else do we got? Seth says, by the way, I'm glad Brendan Schaab is finally working with you. I've been commenting for a long time that he should. Yes, super happy to be working with Big Brown, Mr. Brendan Schaab over there, Fighter and the Kid podcast, Beyond the Belt podcast. And it's awesome. I don't want to speak too much on it because, clearly we are working together, but I know Brendan's been speaking about it on his podcast and the amazing results that he's had thus far following our program, which you guys can click right down below. Why would you not follow the program? You could see, I think Brendan's down 15 pounds now, almost 18 pounds, I believe, at the moment, and dramatically changing his entire physique. Cole says, how do you properly calculate body fat percentage? Great question. And there's a bunch of different answers. Number one, super easy. bioimpedance scales. Now, most of the bioimpedance scales, to be honest, are crap. Mostly they're crap. The in-body 550 and 770 series, though, works better than most, and it's easy. This is just easy point of entry. Might not even cost you anything, but it's the in-body 550 or 770. Those are the most accurate of scales. We also can look for air displacement, which is known as the bod pod. The bod pod is the name of the machine that you can actually sit into. It looks like an egg from Mork and Mindy. You go in there with well-fitting clothes. You put a little swim hat on, and it calculates your body mass due to air displacement inside the pod itself. That is low invasive, lower as far as total invasiveness as compared to now the next level would be hydrostatic weighing, which we call the dunk tank. This is water displacement. You actually get into what looks like a bigger, a slightly larger hot tub. You have to hold your breath, dunk yourself under for maybe 5 seconds, 10 seconds, depending on the ability of the technician to help you go through the system. Hydrostatic weighing. And then also some DEXA scans have software that is effective. So those would be the ways. Skin calipers don't work very well, by the way. What else do we have? Arinaldi, what's up, Arinaldi? Signing up tomorrow, 12-week program. Boom. I appreciate that. Make sure you click that link below. Get the 25% discount right now. I'm giving to you guys 25% off the #1 rated online healthy weight loss platform. Proven successful 100% of the time by the world's greatest athletes. Why wouldn't you take advantage of that? And guys and gals, I wanted to take a brief moment to say hello to everyone. We have some new viewers on the channel. Welcome, guys. Mike Dolce, 4-time world MMA World Trainer of the Year, #1 best-selling author in the health and fitness space. I've worked with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson on his TV show called Wake Up Call on TNT. I've been on ABC's Extreme Makeover with Chris Powell. Of course, I work with many of the world's greatest athletes inside the UFC, combat sports, NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, and Hollywood, of course. We have many actors and actresses right now on the silver screen, big and small. But also my goal is to work with you, work with the everyman, the every woman, and to provide you the same information the millionaires and the pro athletes have access to that the average person doesn't. That's really where I focused my business recently through channels like this. So if you're new to the channel, I would ask, hey, click that little subscribe button. Definitely click that notification bell so you know when we go live with videos like this. And you can cancel at any time. If I don't provide you maximum value, please cancel and give me a thumbs down. But give me the opportunity, because every single day I come on here where I try and help you guys move the chains down the field. That's the goal. Lose weight, feel great, build muscle, live longer, get laid, make more money, be happier, live your best life. I'm here to provide value for you guys. Paul says, what's up, Paul? Recommendation on using that for fat loss. I'm training weights 5 days a week. Cardio on elliptical 3 days a week. All right, so recommendations on fat loss. You're training with weights 5 days a week. I'd want to know what your split is. Everyone, pay attention here for a minute. You want to lose weight, you want to build muscle, you want to feel better. Let's look at Paul for an example. He's training with weights 5 days per week, but are you training a bro split? Are you training chest on Monday, back on Tuesday, shoulders on Wednesday, legs on Thursday, arms on Friday? If you're training that split and you're not taking test, DECA, equipoise, D-ball, or anadrol, you're not going to make a lot of gains. Hey, and if you are, that's fine. But listen to Uncle Mike here for a minute too. You need to be training more often. And I'm not saying you're doing that, Paul. You should be more on a push-pull split or a push-pull leg system. You want to be hitting each muscle group approximately 2 to 3 times per week. 3 times every 9 days would be ideal if we take away the Monday through Sunday traditional week. Nobody cares about that. Our body doesn't care about that. The human body doesn't care what day it is. It only cares if it has recovered and is able to train again, right? We're trying to stimulate muscle protein synthesis here, and we're trying to release unwanted stubborn body fat, subcutaneous and or visceral body fat. Visceral body fat, that's goal number one. That's if men, we get our body fat below 15% or so, then usually below 15%, 14%, 13%, we're usually able to reduce all that nasty, damaging visceral body fat. From there, we really tap into the sub-Q body fat, subcutaneous body fat. That's where you get that shredded look, that scraped out look. And that's really what we focus on. That's what our Living Lean program does, and definitely our 3 weeks of shredded system. We focus on taking you through the different body fat tiers to get you leaner and lighter, but stronger. Our goal while we're losing weight, and Paul, to close your question out, our goal, I see that, is to maintain as much muscle as possible. Every fat loss program we've ever written, every weight loss program we've ever written is designed to build muscle. Well, that's counterintuitive to most people. How can you build muscle and lose fat at the same time? If we do not prioritize building muscle on any weight loss program, we will catabolize muscle. You will lose muscle. What's the point of training all year, all your career to gain muscle, to simply give it back when you have to step on the scale? That makes no sense to us. And again, look at these photos behind us. These are the highest performing athletes on the planet who compete in weight class oriented sports. We do not give away 1 gram of muscle tissue to the opponent as an advantage. We fight for every gram, and that is how our nutrition protocol has been created, and that's how our training system is created. Our program is created to maximize lean, healthy, functional muscle tissue while dramatically reducing non-functional body weight, subcutaneous body fat, visceral body fat, and total body water, which includes total body inflammation, which has a direct correlation to systemic inflammation in the microbiome as a result of poor food intake. Enter the conversation of synthetic toxic chemicals, artificial sweeteners, and processed foods. This is why we are a food-first nutrition company. We focus on healthful whole foods. Why is that? Because we know without a doubt, no question, healthful whole foods, earth-grown foods, as I say, contain more net nutrition per calorie than any other food-like substance on the planet. So then it only makes sense for us to build a diet focused on earth-grown foods to maximize net nutrient intake at the lowest total caloric ceiling. We simply get more nutrition at lower calories eating the way that we suggest, instead of the synthetic toxic chemicals and the food-like substances that are pushed off into the health and fitness industry. And shame on the other coaches and self-proclaimed fitness gurus who suggest these crappy, inferior, low-calorie foods. They don't do you any good. They simply do you harm. And then we'll talk about systemic inflammation that increases as a result of consuming these foods, and the malabsorption of all foods consumed because of the competitive environment created inside your digestive tract. Whoa! It's as if all this stuff actually makes sense as I sit here saying it with 20 plus years of experience, once again, working with the world's greatest athletes, professional sports, Olympic medalists, NCAA Division I national champions, and so many more. We've proven this for over 20 years. It's very easy. This is old hat for us. Now, let's answer more. So what do we got? Sam C says, if anyone has any questions, please feel free to leave questions or comments in the chat. I'm happy to answer if you have any questions. Check the links below for an online personalized program at thedolcediet.com. We're giving a 25% discount right now with promo code TRANSFORM. Ours is the #1 rated online healthy weight loss platform, trusted by the world's greatest athletes with a 100% success ratio. No one else can make that claim. I can sit here and honestly make this claim every single day because it is true. And this system is here for you guys, and I want to share it with as many people as I can. So Sam C says, I heard you say to Leo, I think when you were speaking, you see in the images, that's why you talk so fast. Can you say more on this? So let me back up for a second. I heard you say, so Leo and Longevity's channel, which I was on recently. I think when you're speaking, I see in your images, that's why you talk so fast. Yes, I do. And I don't know. So when I speak fast. I get excited because I'm freaking passionate about the topic that health and fitness. I get up every single day so excited to do what I do. I would do this for free, and I did this for free, and I continue to do this for free in many ways. And I'm speaking for free right now to thousands of people around the world, and this video will go on and live, and tens of thousands of people will see this, and people will pull pieces of this away for free, and I love it. But also, when I went through school, I was an honors science and math student, and I didn't have to work at it because I could see it. The numbers stored in my head, the formulas stored in my head, the system stored in my head. It became very easy for whatever reason, and there's no good answer for this, and I don't have a good answer for this. I was a wrestler. I was a smart wrestler. I was a nerd. I was one of those like badass athletes, but I was kind of a nerd. I was always in the library. I didn't have a ton of friends. You know, I was liked by everybody. I was friendly with, but I wasn't a cool kid, and I never tried to be or thought I was. I was a kind of a bookworm. I was a reader. I was a watcher. I was quiet, but I was an athlete. And as I am now in life, I see things. As I'm talking right now, I see almost like mind mapping the things I want to say, the associations that I have, the projects, the points that I'm trying to make, the scientific studies, some of the chemical formulas. I can see these in my mind's eye as I'm speaking with you right now. And that's what I was speaking to Leo about. So I speak so fast because there's all this information kind of popping up in my mind that I see it, I hear it, and I want to share it as fast as possible. But I can't do a great job, I think, communicating it. This is just the way we access information, and everyone here is special in their own way. We all access information in a different way, in a special way, in our own unique way. And this is just my way. But yes, this is why I often speak fast. I get excited when I put this information out because there's so many people here we can help. Now, Paul says, looking to incorporate heavy bag into my training. I currently run push-pull legs. I cut down from 215 to 196. Awesome. Best way to introduce this, I cut this part off of my question. So how do you throw heavy bag training into your system? So it sounds like you're training with weights 5 days a week. You're doing low intensity cardio 3 days a week. And now you want to throw in some heavy bag training into your system. You can make that a unique workout by itself on a Saturday or Sunday where you put in a 10-round, 3-minute round, 1-minute break heavy bag session in. You can throw a little bit of heavy bag after some of your training programs with a lot of our football players do. We work with a lot of the NFL guys, and we'll actually have them do heavy bag work or pad work. Like post-training as a part of their training. It works really well with hand-eye coordination and getting their feet and hands to start talking together. It's also great for conditioning, for core control. But for you, Paul, I would just pitter-patter a little bit. I have a heavy bag here hanging off one of my Rogue power racks that I'll throw in a little bit of intermittent bag work throughout the day. And once or twice a week, I'll have a full-fledged bag workout. Maybe you roll that into some sort of Metcon style workout. I'm just whiteboarding with you right now, throwing some things at the wall, but have some fun with it for sure. What else do we got here? We got Kyle says, grams of protein to aim for when rocking a slight caloric deficit to drop body fat for a grappling weight class. Base it off total body mass or lean body mass. All right, grams of protein. This is a great one, ladies and gentlemen, so hang out for a minute. How many grams of protein do I aim for when rocking a slight caloric deficit to drop body fat for a grappling weight class? Base it off of total mass or lean mass. Great question. Easy answer. As we get closer to a caloric deficit, we want to increase net protein intake. Protein has a muscle-sparing effect when we enter into a caloric deficit. So what we do, what I would do, what my strong suggestion is, as total calories drop, a higher percentage of those calories should come from protein. We also need to be conscious of carbohydrate intake because carbohydrates have a protein sparing effect. What does this mean? This means If we drop our protein or if we drop our carbohydrates too low and we're still performing glycolytic activities which require glucose stored as glycogen, then the body will convert the amino acids from the consumed protein into glucose because you are operating at a carbohydrate intake deficiency. Let me say that a different way so hopefully everybody gets it here. Protein has a muscle-sparing effect in a caloric deficit, which means as our calories drop lower, our percentage of protein should increase in a caloric deficit. At the same time, carbohydrate has a protein-sparing effect in a caloric deficit. Therefore, if we reduce carbohydrates too fast, if we reduce carbohydrates to a point lower than we can store glycogen to be expressed as glucose during glycolytic activity, the body will then pull amino acids out of the blood pool and convert those aminos into glucose in the liver via a process called gluconeogenesis. So the big picture here is what we do in our system, we drop calories last. We create nutrient deficiency through intelligent increases in energy expenditure, usually in the form of low intensity energy expenditure above maintenance levels. This is where we speak about LISS, low intensity, steady state cardiovascular activity, preferably performed while fasted. Why fasted, people ask? Because don't I burn the same amount of calories whether I'm fasted or fed? Yes, total caloric consumption will be similar. I can debate identical, will be similar, but in the absence of insulin, the body will more readily release stored body fat for energy because insulin has a competing effect with the alpha and beta receptors in the muscle cell. It's not just calories in, calories out, my friends. Biochemistry is happening at the same time. And many individuals, the entry-level fitness gurus out there, the influencers out there, the ignorant out there, the con men, the snake oil salesmen out there, they will simply say calories in, calories out is all that matters. Clearly, they don't understand how this actually works, or they do understand and they're simply lying to you to sell a false narrative. Again, my job is to simply tell you the truth, how it works, and then you can decide what's best for you. But in this case, and to answer Kyle's question, the grams of protein would be, as we start to reduce calories, we might go from 0.8 grams of protein per pound of relatively lean body mass. That means if I weigh, 210 pounds at 10% body fat, I'm probably going to take in, somewhere around 180 to 200 grams of protein per day. That's about 0.8 per pound of relatively lean, give or take 10 or 20 grams here or there, right? As we get closer to competition time or caloric deficit, then what I would do is I go from 180 to 200 to 200 to 220 to 220 to 240. As I get closer, I will slowly titrate my protein intake higher, utilizing high quality forms of protein. I avoid the synthetic toxic chemicals, of course. I avoid the low net nutrient calorie waste of food. And again, we move much closer to only earth-grown nutrients, which also has a much higher thermic effect. Eating healthful, whole foods, real food, actually has a greater effect on enhancing and speeding up metabolism, the thermic effect of eating real food instead of simply consuming the neon synthetic toxic chemicals. So again, when we put this information out, we've been doing this for over 20 years, closer to 30 years now at this point, if I calculate. I think 1997 is the official. But then the totality of my team and the experience of my team, exercise physiologists, registered dietitians, master's degrees in exercise physiology and nutrition science, PhD candidates, certified trainers and NSCA certified and CSCSs and the whole gamut we have here. We have a think tank here. So it's not just this good-looking guy with all the experience giving you information. I'm just the talking head in many ways. When we put this information, we package it, we beat the hell out of each other through internal debate to make sure our system and our content, our curriculum is vetted. But it's also easy to understand and very easy to implement. And that's the whole point here. A lot of times, a lot of systems are very, very, very conflated, and they don't often work, and they're very challenging. And the barrier to entry is so high, and the retention rate is massive. People can't stick to it. It doesn't work. It makes them feel terrible. Their digestive system gets jacked up. They lose the 20 pounds, but they gain body fat percentage. They get skinny fat. Performance dramatically dips. They get brain fog. All of these matter with regards to your health and fitness program, specifically if now we're skewing closer towards elite performance, world-class performance. We have the benefit of working at the tip of the spear with regards to athletic endeavors. So we understand the minutia, the most critical elements at the highest level with the level of specificity that most people don't have. So when I do sit down and I turn on the camera and the microphone and I have this conversation with the general population to which I'm a part of, I'm not an elite athlete, though I coach them, we have the benefit of this insight as we then can share it to the masses. So when we put this information out, we say best practices, evergreen principles, what will work to the highest degree for the vast amount of people, the majority of time. And this is the system that we put forward, my friends. If anyone's interested, click those links below. We have a 4-week and 12-week personalized diet and exercise program available on our #1 rated website, thedolcediet.com. This is a phenomenal system built by myself, my team of registered dietitians, exercise physiologists. It's on your mobile, on your tablet, on your laptop. It is incredible. And I'm giving a 25% discount right now. Lucky you with promo code TRANSFORM. And also we're hosting a certification event the weekend of March 19th, 20th, and 21st. Any aspiring coaches out there who want to learn more and differentiate yourself in your system. Do you want to be locked in a room for 20 hours spread over 3 days with myself and my team of licensed registered dietitians and instructors teaching you everything you need to know about nutrition and dietetics at a very high level, but in a manner that anyone can understand, as well as teaching you how to build a cash flow positive business, to build a brand? Because all the knowledge in the world is necessary to be a coach, but if you cannot monetize that knowledge, you will never be a professional. And we teach that. It's the Dolce Diet Certification and Fitness Conference. We are NASM, AFAA, and NSCA certified as a continuing education provider. This validates the high level of content and curriculum that we share over this 3-day period, Friday night, Saturday day, and Sunday morning till early afternoon. All at your house, live and remote via Zoom. Click that link below and also consider the 4 and 12-week weight loss program, 3 weeks to shredded and living lean. Now, a couple more questions I see here. Brian says, Brian Shaw did a DEXA scan before his diet and 8 weeks after. He lost 33 pounds, 26 pounds of lean muscle, and lost 1.3 pounds of visceral fat. What did he do wrong, or what would you change? Well, I didn't watch this video. I am a fan of Brian Shaw. I know Brian Shaw used to work with my buddy Stan Efferding, and they don't work together anymore. I don't know why, but this wasn't on Stan's program. What I will say, if Brian lost 33 pounds in total, 26 of which was lean muscle tissue. He did exactly what I speak about all the time. Most people, listen to me. Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me right now. This is very important takeaway. Brian Shaw is a millionaire. Brian Shaw is a professional athlete. Brian Shaw is famous. Brian Shaw can work with anyone he wants to. Brian Shaw fucked up. Flat out. He lost 26 pounds of muscle while only losing 33 total pounds of body weight. It says 1.3 pounds of visceral fat. If that was you or me at 200 pounds, we would be skinny fat. Ugh. Brian Shaw's body fat percentage went up. That means his body fat percentage went up. He lost 33 pounds of total body mass. The majority of the weight, 80-90% of the weight, was lean muscle mass. This means his body fat percentage dramatically went up. This is the skinny fat syndrome we speak about all the time. I assume Brian simply went on a low-calorie diet. He probably didn't maintain total protein intake. He didn't titrate up his protein intake as we said. He probably reduced his carbohydrates far in excess of what his body was actually expending, which means his body was then converting some of those amino acids into glucose to fuel the training that he already puts forth. Now, I haven't watched the full video. I haven't done a full analysis, so please give me a little leeway here. But in general, this is exactly what happens, and this is what we speak about almost every day here on this channel. Seth says, dropping knowledge, boom, trying to deliver the most honest, actionable, evidence-based information right here. And I appreciate you guys being here, being a part of it, and hanging out with me. Thank you for that. Marcel, hey, Mike, I've been drinking lots of orange juice for the calories and carbs, but all those carbs are mostly sugar, right? Isn't all that sugar bad for my health? Yeah, Marcel, that's a lot of orange juice. What are you doing, my man? A little bit of orange juice here and there, a little bit of a sugar spike, sure, that's okay. But if you're drinking that much, you said drinking lots of orange juice, you might as well just go drink a can of Coca-Cola. It's the same thing. The sugar is basically the same thing once it gets in your bloodstream. So I would get off the orange juice completely. Maybe I'll make a smoothie, a whole food smoothie, not a juice, but a smoothie. A smoothie has the bulk matter of the piece of fruit still in it. So I would consider that possibly. But even with just the oranges itself, that will be a high sugar spike. Sanket says, which is better, morning workout or evening workout? Both are better. Early in the morning, I prefer low intensity training because we are relatively dehydrated when we first wake up. Our nervous system is not optimally functioning when we first wake up. We are in a fasted state when we first wake up. It is more challenging to push ourselves to a glycolytic level when we first wake up. I like low intensity, steady state cardiovascular activity first thing in the morning. This is because our insulin levels are the absolute lowest that they will be the entire day. And we can take advantage of those low insulin levels by releasing additional stored fat. This is ideal. And then later through the day, we can train at a higher level of intensity once we've had a few meals in. And now we've enhanced or excited the central nervous system. Nico, grateful to have Mike as a coach. Thank you again, Nico. It's an honor and a pleasure, my friend. Thank you for the very kind super chat donation. Also, I saw Joe with the super chat donation. Again, very kind of you. Wally V threw out a super chat donation. Guys and gals, that's super appreciative. Thank you so much. It's never necessary. It's always appreciative. And that will simply buy me a little cup of coffee, and I will think of you. EC, Uncle Mike, no question. Just wanted to tell you that your approach makes absolutely perfect sense. I'm currently saving up for 3 weeks to Shredded. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. It's an honor that you're here and even hanging out with me. And feel free to take advantage of the 25% discount code right now on clicking the link below for 3 weeks to Shredded. I mean, 25%, that's no chump change right there. That's real money. Take the girl on a little pizza date. Why not? Seth, here's a coffee of me, Coach. Thank you so much for all you do. Then things get back to normal. I owe you a trip to Jersey. Seth, thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate you. Also, I mean, these mugs are actually going to be available soon. If anybody wants one, you can shoot me a DM or I'll post about this later. We just got a shipment of about 200 of these that we're going to be, putting out. We're going to run some raffles. I'm going to gift some away. But if anybody wants, these are 15-ounce badass Dolce Diet mugs. It's like a goblet. I feel like a Viking holding this thing. And it's a 4-finger mug, by the way. So, real man. I actually do the 3 in, 1 out. That's what she said. Wait a minute. What kind of channel is this? What else do we have? A couple more questions here. But Seth, again, thank you. And I will take you up on that cup of coffee when you get to New Jersey, the beautiful Jersey Shore. No other place like it. Paul says, have you ever had the pleasure of meeting the intense David Goggins? I have not yet. I look forward to and we have very, dear friends in common. So I look forward to the day that I am face to face with Mr. David Goggins. I would love to get a workout with him. Unfortunately, I will not be able to keep up on a run with him, but I know for a fact he and I will go balls to the wall inside the gym, wrestling room. I don't know if he does any. He's a fucking Navy SEAL, so I'm sure his grappling is off the charts. I would love to get out there and just, iron sharp as iron with a guy like Goggins for sure. I mean, I'll put the run in, but at the same time, 10 miles or so, that's really about my cap, which is not bad for a guy of my stature, by the way. But again, no, big fan of David. Actually, Goggins' book most recently was a part of the Dolce Book Club. We read his book, I think 2 books or so ago. If anyone's interested, the Dolce Book Club on Facebook, we have almost 1,000 members of the Dolce Book Club, which is super cool. Believe it or not, we read over here, ladies and gentlemen, always enhancing the mind. What else we got? Let's see here. Sosa, Mike, I train MMA 6 days a week and jiu-jitsu 3 days a week in the morning. On those days, I usually lift weights midday and do cardio on a Tuesday and Thursday. Any adjustments? Well, this is homework for me, and it's a little hard for me to do your homework right now, but let me do my best right now. Guys and gals, keep asking questions. Throw them into the chat. I'm almost an hour deep right now into this live free chat for you guys. I love this. I'm here to help you. My job is to deliver the most honest, actionable, evidence-based information nonstop to you. I want to help you live your best life, get as fit as possible, get freaking lean, get shredded, get strong, get healthy, make more money, be happier, spread love, spread energy, take care of your family, be the inspiration of every person you meet. That's what I get up every single day. That is my goal here, by the way. A lot of people, they misrepresent who I am, what I do. Those people don't know, but you guys know. So hang out with me. And if you haven't, click that subscribe button. Just give me a chance. That's all I ask. Click the subscribe button. Give me a chance. Click that little notification bell so you know when I go live with videos like this. I think these are very value-added videos, trying to give you as much value as possible. Free live Q&A, answering people's questions. And I always bring content in the first 10 minutes of these videos. So take a look. Bang, bang. Give me a thumbs up if you haven't for the algorithm, by the way. So Sosa trains MMA 6 days a week and jiu-jitsu 3 days a week. So 9 days, 9 martial arts sessions a week. On the morning of those days, he usually lifts weights midday and does cardio on Tuesday and Thursday. Any adjustments? Yes, Sosa, you're training too much. You're training too much. You're training 6, 7, 8, 9. 14 days, 15, 6, is that 16 training sessions as I'm counting right now? 16 training sessions over a 7-day period, Sosa? When do you rest? Here's what you do. 1 light session on Wednesday, Sunday active recovery, go walk your sweetheart on the beach, go to the park, go do something, go for a hike, go swim. Ride a bike, do something different on a Sunday. Sunday is active recovery day. Wednesday, active recovery. Do something light and easy. Go do some yoga, do some stretching, get a massage, go to the hot tub, cold plunge type of thing. Take care of your body. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe you do a 2-a-day. Start off with something light, low intensity, steady state cardiovascular activity, fasted, somewhere between 6 and 9 a.m. A little bit later on in the day, maybe somewhere between 11 and 3 a.m., you get a harder session, drill session, and later on that evening, you push again. Maybe. Now, it's hard for me to sit here right now because there's so many different things going on in your training system. I will say you're training too much, and sit down with a piece of paper, write down on that piece of paper 7 days, each session that you're training right now, and I want a red marker, I want a green marker, and I want a yellow marker. Red marker is intense. Yellow marker is moderately intense. Green marker is low intensity. And I want you to be honest. You are going to have more red marks on that paper when you shouldn't. You should have mostly green marks. And this is contrary to what a lot of people think, but all the elite coaches know this to be true. If you are truly training in the red zone, you can only do that once every 36 hours max. That's once every day and a half. But I can train greens a hell of a lot more often because I'll recover. It simply represents your recovery ability. Sosa, I hope this helps you. Come back to me tomorrow. I'm going to go live again tomorrow. Let me know. Definitely want to help. You guys can always check me out on Instagram also. Tag me on Instagram. DM me on Instagram. I answer almost every DM, by the way, I get. Nobody puts out more free content than I do. No coach in my position is as engaging and interactive and responsive than I certainly try to be. I'm here to help you guys. Nico, I appreciate you, my friend. It was great speaking with you earlier today, by the way. What else we got? Goggins, Shaw, these things, someone else in images. The fight, grams of protein to aim for. I think I've answered some of these questions. Feel free to answer any questions, guys and gals. I appreciate you all being here. Any questions, click the links below this video. Watching on YouTube right now, our certification and fitness conference is coming up March 19th, 20th, and 21st. And also, we have personalized nutrition plans available via our online portal at thedolcediet.com. The 4-week, 3 weeks to shredded program, you get one bonus week. And the 12-week living lean bundle, which is amazing. I'm giving a 25% discount with promo code TRANSFORM right now. Every meal, every ingredient, every single recipe is detailed for you. You don't have to think about it. Every workout, every set, every rep with rest periods, completely programmed for you with video tutorials. We have a 200 plus recipe database for you to substitute in and out, have fun, create new meals and recipes, over 200 additional exercises with videos in our exercise resource section. We have a leaderboard so you can compete against all other users around the world, in your country, in your state, in your gender classification, in your age classification, most body weight loss, highest percentage of body weight loss, who's the best deadlifter, all that's available, training journals, and so much more. That is thedolcediet.com online personalized diet and exercise program. Click that link below, my friends, and I'm happy to walk you through that process too. Answer that. Look above. What does that mean? Dolce answered that. Joe, what's up, Dolce? What do you think about the GSP Rush Fit program or P90X? Really don't want to drive 30 minutes to go to the gym. Joe, I think they're great. You know, I'm friends, of course, with George and Eric, who helped create the program with George. Of course, Tony over at P90X and Beachbody. I think they do a great job. Sean T's Insanity Workout is awesome. Joel Freeman has, I think, the Lift Plan, I remember. Any one of these is great. My own UFC Fit program. Go to ufcgym.com to gain access to the UFC Fit program I created for the UFC, the only dieted exercise program ever endorsed by the UFC. Check that out. That's great. All activity is great activity, but also I would say go to thedolcediet.com. I build you a program. What am I saying? My own program is amazing. Go to thedolcediet.com. Barbells or kettlebells or dumbbells or body weight. It's all built into thedolcediet.com. Plus, we give you the most comprehensive nutrition plan also. Paul says, if I sign up to the 12-week program, what do I get exactly? You get personalized nutrition every single meal, every single day for all 12 weeks, calibrated exactly to you, personalized to you. The majority of other fitness programs out there are based upon templates. They simply throw you into a template. Our program is based upon individualized specificity. Point and zero zero dot dot is what we say. We make sure our programs are built specifically for you. Every meal, every recipe, every ingredient is tailored to you, and it walks you through that journey as if our team of dietitians are building it for you in real time, because we did build it for you in real time upon creation. Our system is the most successful, the most highly integrated, the most sophisticated of the online nutrition programs out there. I say that with great pride because it's true. The results that we've had have been amazing. Plus, we do the same thing for your workout program. Plus, our client services team is always available to support you. Plus, every new member who goes to thedolcediet.com and gets signed up is invited to join our exclusive Facebook group, which is our team of coaches and our global community all interacting together, answering questions, working with each other, supporting each other, cheering each other on, challenging each other. This is truly a community of support, Paul. Whatever I can do, I am always here to help you. James Reese, what's your thoughts on the UFC cutting Overeem and Dos Santos today? I get it. I understand. It's sad to see them go, but you know, they're towards the end of their careers. They make a lot of money. I get it. I'm a fan of them, but I don't cut their paychecks. It's a little hard, right? At the end of their career, you know, kind of didn't have the, you know, a couple hard fights and whatnot. And they're making room for the fresh blood. They're getting rid of the 40-year-old guys. They're bringing in the 20s. I get it. And the guys are going to come in. The other heavyweights are going to come in at probably 10%, 20% of their salaries. So you can get 5, 6, 7 guys, 8 guys, 9 guys. I think Overeem was making like $700,000 to show up. I know he was at one point. I'd be shocked if his contract went down, but if he was making $700,000, even $500,000 to show up, they can bring in 10 heavyweights and pay him $50,000 a pop. The average entry salary into the UFC is $10,000 to show up and $10,000 to win. At that rate, my goodness, right? My goodness, they can bring 25 heavyweights in for one Overeem. I mean, a guy like Overeem is a legend for sure, but I get it. It's the business. Brian says, been a nutritionist for over 20 years. With all the BS information people spew over social media, Mike keeps it real with science-based information and is very humble despite all his experience. I appreciate that. That is super cool. Very kind of you. I'm actually going to screenshot that if you don't mind, because I really do appreciate that. Bam. Brian, thank you. And all I want to do is deliver value. Provide actionable, honest, evidence-based information to help people live better lives, right? My father had a massive heart attack when I was a little boy. Ripped my family apart, plummeted us into extreme poverty, in and out of hospitals, watching him slowly die as a result of primarily lifestyle-related disease. At this point, yeah, it's cool to work with all these pro athletes and whatnot, and that's a nice little thing that we do on the side. But my job, I'm focused on helping real people live better lives. And yeah, I want you to be ripped and shredded and look fucking badass in your tank top or board shorts or your bikini or little black dress. Oh, hell yeah. I want heads to turn when you walk into a room. But that happens as a result of a healthy lifestyle. And we are a longevity-based organization. So we focus on longevity. So Brian, I appreciate your kind words. That's certainly very nice. And it's not lost on me coming from a professional. So thank you so much for that. It's very kind of you. Juan, what's up, Juan? Good to see you. Paul, yo, Paul. Rob, who you got? Dustin or Connor in fight 3? I don't know, man. You never know. Connor looked great first fight. Dustin looked great second fight. Maybe this is the fire Connor needs. I'd love to see them fight by July, though. I don't want to see Connor sit out for another year or more. That's just too much time for a guy like him. I think he's got to get back into it. I hope he already knows the fight date right now. So let's see what happens, but that's a great fight. Both those guys, I like both those guys. I got to tell you, I don't, it's very hard to pick fights here. Malik, former Taekwondo fighter, have an ectomorph frame and very dynamic schedule, load UPS trucks in the morning, then college for hours, looking to gain size, but how my metabolism is too fast. Malik, hardworking man right there. Much respect, my friend. I love that. Working your ass off, training your craft, getting educated, building a life for yourself, and you're still setting goals. Much respect to you, my man. Now, what we need to do is we need to increase our calorie intake and start building towards a moderate surplus. We're not trying to get fat here. We're trying to build lean, healthy, functional muscle tissue. I'm going to look to get somewhere 300 to 500 calories above what you need right now to maintain your current weight and activity level. And at the same time, I'm going to be focused on training multi-joint compound movements hard. I've done some videos on this, by the way, so definitely go through the database on this channel. Check my videos. Hard, by the way. Not too many exercises. The exercises you perform, multi-joint compound movement exercises, training between 6 and 12 repetitions, approximately at 80% of your 1 rep max. I'm shooting really for 8 to 10 rep sets right there. Less than 8 repetitions, more than 10 repetitions, You're trying to really 8 to 10 repetitions with perfect form. That's going to be the holy grail of muscle growth. Right? You might have one set that gets, between 6 or 8. That's fine. But most of your training should be between that 8 to 20 rep range. And you should be pushing. You should be struggling. You should get a little anxiety the night before you go to the gym. But you better be in bed 9 hours before you have to wake up the next day. You got to get sleep. If you're not sleeping, you're not growing. If you're not eating, you're not growing. If you're not straining in the gym, you're not growing. Now, you're working hard, my man. So your life is going to be simple. Work, study, trade, eat, sleep, repeat. That's it. And it looks like in your avatar, it's you and your lady. So I'm sure she's down. She's down for the journey, and she's going to be that Netflix and chill girl. She's going to hang out with you. She's going to be on the grind with you. She's going to support you. She knows that you're a hard-working, focused young man who's got big goals. 3 years from now, life is going to be completely different. But right now, nose down, man. Nose down, white-knuckled, hard work, nonstop. That's the way it goes. Click the link above, the video link above, and you're going to see a bunch of different weight building, muscle building. I actually did one on gaining muscle for 25 to 45-year-old males. I would say watch that one because I really do break down the programming of the workout. The type of workout, the exercises, the sets, the reps, things such as that. Check that out. Malik, keep me posted, my man. I'm here for you. All right, guys and gals. Whoo! It is time. I'm an hour, 12 minutes into this. This was going to be a short one. I appreciate you guys for being here. Thank you all for being here. Leave comments below this video when it posts. I will come back in, answer your comments. Check the links below. Remember the DOLCE Diet Certification and Fitness Conference, March 19, 20, and 21. Check that out. Get certified. Hang out with me and Professor Lindsay Howard. 3 days of education and motivation. It's an awesome one. Also, the online personalized diet and exercise program, 3 weeks to shredded and living lean. Click that link below. And if you wanted to work one-on-one, do a consultation with myself or one of our dietitians, we are always here and available to you guys. You are incredible, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for being here, for being a part of it. I will be back on tomorrow once again. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't. Click that little notification bell. Give me a chance. I will add value to your life. And if not, you can just unsubscribe. No worries. Until next time. Boom.